YouTube, just wanted to take a minute and give you my opinion of the Smittybilt XRC Fender flares. We recently picked up a set of them about 3-4 months ago out of necessity. Our stock JKU Fender flares have been used and abused, so we felt the need time to get something different. One of the reasons, well, the main reasons why we went with these Smittybilt XRCs was because of the cost. The entire set of 4 was just over $200. Out of the box, great quality, they're sturdy, the powder coating seems nice and rugged, like it's going to hold up for a while. The installation, super easy. I think I spent more time ripping off the old Fender flares than I did putting on the new Fender flares. The fronts use all factory bolt holes, so you don't have to drill anything. Installs in a few minutes. The rear uses 2 factory holes, and then Smittybilt gives you 5 self-tappers to mount the rest of the flare, which so far has worked out really well. The only thing that you could call an issue is the fitment. And when I say it's this big of an issue, on the very front of the Fender flares, it doesn't quite match that curved body line, which is difficult to do. I get it. The one thing that we are doing to fix the small fitment issue is when it comes, it is metal and is bolting straight to your metal body tub. So you got metal on metal. What we did so far, we did it on the backs already, we still got to do it on the fronts, is we added a layer of just, I think, 3/16 of an inch neoprene between the two. So the other thing that little layer of neoprene is doing for us is little tiny rocks from when you go mudding or playing in mud or playing in dirt seem to keep getting caught between the Fender flare itself and a small little gap between the body. So, you know, over time that's going to rub and scratch and scratch and scratch. Now, I'm not too worried about scratches because we don't drive a mall crawler. We do keep it clean, but that's just so it's easier to do maintenance on, and we're not getting mud on our face when we're trying to, you know, rip something apart and put something back together. I'll show you how the neoprene kind of corrects that issue, and it gives it a nice fit and finish overall. So I'll show you some up close photos, and that's it. All right, so here's kind of an overall view, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. It is pretty aggressive, although I have offset rims, so the tires seem to stick out a little further. But here's the gap I'm telling you about. And this is, like I said, I ain't trying to be as picky as possible. I mean, it is minor. You can kind of see it on the front when you kind of follow the body line down. You see that right there? But like I said, this is so minor. I'm really trying to find stuff. I mean, it is so minor. I'm really looking hard to find something wrong with these Smittybilts, especially for the cost. Now, here's the hardware it comes with, which is nice. You don't have to worry about the hardware, but it goes into all factory locations. Oh, sorry about the sunlight. I did retain these. The reason being is they don't unbolt. You have to cut them off. And some aftermarket Fender flares use these as supports. I think Metal Cloak does. And I just didn't want to get rid of the option. It stays underneath the Fender flare, so not a big deal for me. So you can see the rest of the fasteners. Here's the backs. So I'm not running a fender liner on the back as of yet. But there's the 2 factory hole locations. And again, Smittybilt gives you this hardware. And then there's 2 self-tappers down on the front end. And then there's 3 more on the back. So this is what I'm talking about by the neoprene. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that right there? That's a little neoprene gasket I pull all the way around the entire Fender flare. And it seemed to take up a little bit of a gap. Takes away the fact of, you know, debris getting stuck in there and rubbing your paint and creating a rust spot. So there you have it. That's just my opinion on the Smittybilt XRC Fender flare. Really like the product, like the quality, like the styling, and especially Love the price point.